Your spleen is not optional, and the moment it's removed, your immune system permanently changes. Most doctors will say, you can live without it, and technically, that's true. But here's what they don't say out loud. The moment that spleen comes out, your immune system loses one of its top generals. Your infection risk goes up. Certain bacteria suddenly become more dangerous. In fact, people without a spleen are at lifelong increased risk for overwhelming bacterial infections, which is why specific vaccines becomes mandatory afterward. Life might continue, but it's not the same battlefield anymore. And that's just the modern story, because thousands of years before lab coats and microscopes, ancient physicians were calling the spleen something radically different. They called it the commander of your energy. Let me show you something that nobody explains. I'm going to reveal what your spleen actually does in modern physiology, how ancient Chinese medicine viewed it as the root of your daily vitality, why fatigue and bloating may have nothing to do with what you think, and the simple shifts that can rebuild what I call your inner army. But halfway through, I'm going to expose one massive mistake that people make when trying to eat healthy that silently weakens this system every single day. So stay with me. Your spleen sits quietly in the upper left side of your abdomen. Soft, purple, about the size of your fist. It hides behind your stomach like it doesn't want attention, but it runs security. Every drop of blood in your body passes through it. Not some of it, all of it. Imagine an airport security checkpoint so strict that only the healthiest red blood cells get through. The old ones, the damaged ones, the misshapen ones, they get stopped, broken down, recycled. The iron from those cells is salvaged and sent back to the bone marrow to build new blood. That's not just filtration, that's intelligent recycling. But that's only half of the story. Inside your spleen are immune cells, waiting like special forces. B cells, T cells, monocytes. If bacteria show up in your bloodstream, this organ doesn't panic. It coordinates. It tags invaders. It stores platelets. It even holds backup blood. You can remove it, but you can't replace it. Now, here's where this becomes personal. If your spleen is struggling, it rarely screams. It whispers. Here are the 9 silent signs that most people ignore. Sign number 1, you're exhausted, but your labs are normal. You wake up tired. You crash mid-afternoon. Sleep doesn't fix it. Coffee doesn't touch it. The spleen helps recycle red blood cells and coordinate immune signaling. When that system becomes inefficient, oxygen delivery and immune energy drop, even if standard lab markers appear normal. Sign number 2, you catch every cold going around. It feels like your immune system is always one step behind. The spleen houses key immune cells that detect and tag bacteria in your bloodstream. When coordination weakens, infections hit harder and last longer. Sign number 3, you bloat after almost every meal. Not occasionally, almost every time you eat. In modern physiology, digestion and immune readiness are deeply linked. In traditional systems, the spleen governs nutrient transformation. When that system weakens, food sits instead of fueling. Sign number 4, brain fog that won't lift. You feel cloudy, slower, slightly disconnected. If blood quality and nutrient conversion are suboptimal, your brain feels it first. It's one of the most energy-demanding organs in your body. Sign number 5, you feel heavy or puffy, especially by evening. The spleen works closely with blood filtration and fluid balance. When transformation slows, stagnation can show up as heaviness or fluid retention. Sign number 6, you overthink constantly. Your mind loops. Worry doesn't shut off. In Chinese medicine, excessive rumination injures the spleen, and a weakened spleen feeds mental overactivity. It becomes a feedback loop. Sign number 7, cold hands and feet, even when others feel fine. When circulation and blood vitality decline, peripheral warmth drops first as the body conserves energy for core organs. Sign number 8, sugar cravings or afternoon crashes. You need something to push through. When nutrient transformation is inefficient, the body seeks quick glucose spikes to compensate for poor sustained energy production. And sign number 9, you feel better with warm cooked foods. Soups feel grounding. Smoothies feel draining. Warm foods require less metabolic effort to digest. So when your digestive immune axis is strained, easier fuel feels noticeably better. Now, let's talk about the mistake that I mentioned earlier, because this is where people sabotage themselves thinking that they're being healthy. For some people, especially those already fatigued or bloated, constant cold, raw foods can actually make things worse. Raw salads, smoothies, iced drinks. On paper, it looks clean, but digestion is like a pot on a stove. If your digestive fire is already low and you keep dumping cold food into it, your body has to burn energy just to warm it before extracting nutrients. That costs vitality. That costs resilience. That costs immune strength. And if you're already fatigued, that's like trying to heat your house with the windows open. No wonder you feel depleted. Ancient systems emphasize warm, cooked, easy to digest foods for a reason. Steamed vegetables, root vegetables, broths, warm spices like ginger and cinnamon. You don't have to be extreme. You just have to be intentional. Slow down, chew, eat regularly. Let your nervous system shift into repair mode, because digestion is not just about your stomach, it's about your immune shield. It's about whether your internal army is trained or exhausted. Now here's something important. Modern medicine is emergency-based and pathology-driven. Doctors are trained to treat infection, rupture, trauma, cancer, severe enlargement. They are not trained to optimize subtle functional shifts. And the spleen rarely causes dramatic symptoms until something is structurally wrong. By the time it becomes a surgical conversation, it's already ruptured, massively enlarged, or part of a blood disorder. Subtle fatigue, mild immune sluggishness, brain fog, those all fall into gray zones that don't show up clearly on routine labs. So the spleen doesn't get attention until it's broken. That's not negligence. That's just how the system is structured. You can live without your spleen, but you can't live optimally if your immune coordination and energy production are chronically weakened. This organ is not disposable. It's strategic. It's foundational. And when you support it, something powerful happens. Energy stabilizes. Digestion smooths out. You stop catching every little bug. Your mind clears. You feel steady. And that's not magic. That's physiology, meaning ancient wisdom. This is the part of the health story nobody connects. And now you do. If this opened your eyes, subscribe, because next we're diving into another organ that modern medicine shrugs at, but ancient systems guarded like gold. Your body is not random, it's organized, it's intelligent, and when you understand the root, everything changes. That's the rest of the story, but it's what you do with this information that counts. That's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. The next video is right here. Go ahead and click it. And if I've earned it, smash that like button and subscribe so you'll never miss what's coming next.